I only spent 1 year at G-Ball School for Boys, and then I came back and I got a job in Chinatown. I worked at Lucky Coffee Shop for a couple of years. When I turned 18, I joined the Air Force in January of 1951. I was in the Korean War, but not actually in the war, but that was the time period that I was in the Air Force. From 1951 to 1953 of November. In November in 53, they started letting people out early. Our enlistment was for 4 years. Out of all the group of all the people, I was the only one intelligent enough to get out. Everybody else spent their 4 years. I was in the Air Force for 2 years and 10 months. And I came out in 53. And when I came out in 53, I was going to go to college. I had my GED from the Air Force, but I made a mistake. I walked into a gambling hall and won $3,000 in Chicago's Chinatown. And that was my downfall, because for 2 years I went on the road playing a lot of poker and gambling and stuff like that, and I was relatively well on it. And at one time I had $6,000. I took $3,000 of that and bought a 1955 Chevy convertible for $3,000. Yeah. So I was top of the line.
What color? What color?
What color? It was light blue. Light blue, unbelievable. Yeah. So we traveled a lot, and we traveled a lot, and we gambled. I had a friend that went with me. We were both. We knew how to work the crowd. I gambled for 3 years and didn't do nothing but gamble and played around the United States and Canada, mostly in Canada. The Canadians liked to play poker, and they thought they were so good at it, but common sense was not there, whereas I had a lot of common sense. I still have a lot of common sense. Yeah, so after that 3 years, I got a job, a couple of jobs, and in restaurants and stuff like that. And actually, I've been in the restaurant business all my life afterwards, other than gambling. I still love to gamble. I quit the gambling and existed until I was 26 years old. My mother said to me, "You're living an aimless life, but I never asked her for any money, and so I said, okay, what do you want me to do? She said, I want you to go to Hong Kong. So I went to Hong Kong, and there I was. I got off the plane, and there's a girl waiting for me, and who eventually I married. It was a mistake, but I better edit that. But it was because it didn't work out. But we had 3 kids. In fact, she was pregnant before, and we got married after she got pregnant, and my daughter Lisa was born in 7.5 months. My daughter Lisa was born in the United States. I spent 6 months in Hong Kong with her, and then I came back, and then after that she came over big and fat. But then my daughter was born on December the 30th, which was great for me because she became a tax baby. So she was born a year later. My son Ricky was born, and 6 years later my son Barry was born. And so, but my son Barry passed away at the age of 37. He had an incurable sickness called scleroderma, which attacks the inner organs. And that was really a hardship on me because, it took me 2 years to recover. But in the meantime, my first wife and I were divorced after 14 years.
What was her name?
My first wife's name was June Ing. She had the same name as my mother, or I mean, family name.